Hey everybody, KC here. So I was reading a piece in the Los Angeles Times that made me kind of sad. Apparently yesterday, the Bruin Theater and the Village Theater, two really old movie houses in Westwood, which is in the shadow of UCLA in Los Angeles, they both closed. And the Village was opened originally in 1931, and the Bruin was opened in 1937. And you may have actually seen these movie theaters because they were used as locations in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And listen, that like a lot of movie theaters, they were hit hard by the pandemic. Then they got a follow-up shot by the fact that there were both an actors and a writer's strike that inhibited the pipeline. And people were just not going to the movies anymore. And quite frankly, there weren't a lot of movies out there to see. And listen, these two movie theaters are hardly alone. All right, a lot of movie theaters have closed around the country. There's no question about it. It's funny when I think back to when I was in LA during my college years, so like 1974 to 1977. You know, Westwood, and especially the movie theaters there. Oh man, that was my go-to place. I especially love those two theaters because right across the street, there was a great little chicken shawarma place, and I would buy the chicken shawarma. I could start to stick it in my pocket and bring it in, and I would enjoy chicken shawarma while I was watching a movie. Also, I have really good memories of those movie theaters, and kind of specific in certain cases. Like I remember the fact that I was seeing Black Sunday, the movie with Robert Shaw and Bruce Dern, terrific John Frankenheimer film. I saw that at the Village, and the night I was there, Sean Connery was there. I actually bumped into him at one point, and we had a brief conversation. Incredibly memorable to me. I don't think he probably made much of it. And I can remember seeing All the President's Men across the street at the Bruin. And listen, I also remember a few blocks away at the Avco, which is on Wilshire, standing on line to see Star Wars. I checked, actually, the Avco apparently closed like a decade ago. So listen, just there's a lot of casualties out there for lots of different reasons. Now, the Village actually has been bought by a group of filmmakers, and they're hoping to be able to reopen it. And hey, listen, just for sentimental reasons, I hope they figure out the secret sauce to get people to come back to the movies. Probably the best secret sauce would be they got to make more movies and they have to make better movies. But here's the lesson. Every business has an expiration date. In fact, every career has an expiration date. In the case of movie theaters, their demise may have been accelerated by outside circumstances, but every business has to figure out ways to continue innovating and ways to be relevant and resonant to their customer base. Because if they don't do that, the curtain falls. It's inevitable. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.